Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is, did that bogus call against the Clippers prove that the NBA is rigged? So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, be on the lookout for our Dreamerspro Premium community, which is finished. We're going to be publishing and posting more information about it. Be on the lookout for it. It's coming out on February 24th. So be on the lookout for that, guys. You don't want to miss out on that. Trust me. Last night during that game, you saw me kind of live chatting with you guys at the end of the game. That can't happen anymore, but we're definitely going to be able to continue things like that, especially after games on the Dreamerspro platform. So be on the lookout for that for all of you guys who want to engage post games and all of these different things, so we can keep the conversation going. So that'll be out on the 24th, and with so many other features, it's gonna I think gonna blow you guys away. Anyway, let me get into the topic here because I got a lot to cover today. So listen, I've spent all season. This topic has me a little bit heated and flustered. I've spent all season talking about and defending Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. I think we've spent all season doing this. All season. We started in December and we've been doing this. I spoke about the lack of coverage that the Clippers seem to get. The lack of coverage. I mean, you wouldn't even know that they're one of the contenders in the NBA. I also spoke about the fact that when they do get coverage, is only when bad things happen. Like, y'all remember that loss to the Dallas Mavericks, another situation when they blew leads. I think one of them was against the Golden State Warriors. So many different things, right? Where it seems like it's either you're not covering the team, or the only time they do decide to cover the team is when things go awry. That's when all of us, let's talk about the Clippers. What's going wrong with the Clippers? What's the issue? I spoke about the blatant disregard and lack of consideration for Kawhi Leonard for MVP considerations. I didn't say that Kawhi Leonard should be the MVP. Hell, I didn't even say he should be in the top three. But at certain points in this regular season, Kawhi Leonard should have been talked about more than he did. I spoke about that all season long, and for the whole entire season, I have yet to see him be brought up in any kind of serious way for the MVP discussions. In no way, shape, or form have I seen that happen, right? And I'm just saying to myself, like, okay, is this guy a scrub? Do some people not realize that he's playing on the third best team in the NBA as far as the record wise, and there's no way that his name is being brought up? Then some people want to use the excuse of, okay, listen, but he's missed so many games. Yeah, but when he was playing, they never mentioned him. So what does it have to do with him missing games? What does it have to do? When he was playing, no one mentioned it, right? So all of a sudden now he's not playing. Now, it's because he's not playing. Well, I don't understand what's going on here. Now, I got a lot I want to unpack, especially after what I saw at that game last night. Now, I think in general, and I mean this, in general, I think Kawhi Leonard is treated like a role player on any team by the NBA referees. I truly believe that Kawhi Leonard is treated like he is a role player on a team by these referees in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard rarely gets the benefit of the doubt or the respect from the referees. There's so many other players in the NBA that don't deserve it or have accomplished way less seem to get on a night in and night out basis. But last night to me was the last straw. Last night to me was the last straw, right? If that Nets and Clippers versus Clippers game didn't prove anything to you, that Kawhi Leonard isn't getting any calls, I don't know. Then I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say to you. The guy, because he doesn't talk much, he seems to just play through it, right? He seems to just kind of play through it. Sometimes he'll scream and say foul and da-da-da-da-da. Those dudes ain't even looking at him. They're not even looking in his direction. They're like, play on. Don't even complain. Right? There's so many times I watched Kawhi get hacked, not just in that game, but in so many games where the referees refuse to blow the whistle. But last night, with that last call with that game between the Nets and the Clippers, I think it was a total disgrace. And I think the ref showed Kawhi Leonard that they have zero respect for him. That's what I think. If you watch that game, and it was so bad, the call was so bad that at the end of the post-game press game conference, it was Paul George. Kawhi Leonard joined him to speak to the media, right? He was so disgruntled. You guys can go out there and look for the video. He was so frustrated. I've never seen a guy do this. He literally sat down in the interview with his hands over his head like this for like 30 seconds because I still think he was steaming over what had happened in the game. Then the reporter asked one question. Kawhi Leonard gave one question, and then I've never seen him do this. He got up and stormed out of the interview. Even Paul George looked like, okay, what just happened here? You've never seen the guy do something like that before, where he just stormed. He just got up and said, "Man, I'm done with these guys," and then he just left the interview room because the referees decided to call a bogus charge call on Kawhi when he was going to the basket. When they could have tied that game, he was going to have an open layup. The referees, because of a flip-flopping, flailing James Harden, and LeBron James and Kyle Kuzma were hit with a flopping a warning by the NBA. I don't know how James Harden up until this point has not been hit with the flopping call, with the flopping warning by the league. To me, it's just beyond. It's really unconscionable. It's incomprehensible to think about that. But then they ended up giving him the charge call, and I was saying to myself, what referee decides a game of this magnitude with a one possession game with a charge call? The least they could do is deliberate between themselves and say, okay, let's go to the replay and look at it. And if you look at the replay, number one, James Harden was grabbing his arm. Then Kawhi Leonard was trying to get him off him because he was grabbing his arm. That's where the contact came from. Then James Harden just flailed back like this, and the referees called the charge. Because the referee on the opposite side behind James Harden is the one that called the foul. What was the other referee doing? He had a better angle at it. Why didn't he go to the guy and say, listen, no. Let's take a look at this thing together on the monitor. Let's go and let's look at the game. A game that's going to be decided in the waning moments with like 20, 30 seconds left in the game. Let's go look at the monitor and make sure we're getting this call right. Nothing. They just let the call go, and all of a sudden, it was a turnover, fouled James Harden, went up there, hit the free throws, won the game. Now, am I saying that if Kawhi Leonard had gotten that call, hit the 2 free throws, and they went to overtime, the Clippers would have won? No, I'm not saying that because I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. But we never got a chance to see that because the referees decided it for us. That was my issue with that game. And how is it possible that James Harden, who has never even been to an NBA Finals, doesn't even have one, he's been to an NBA Final, doesn't even have one NBA championship ring on his resume, versus a 2-time Finals MVP, how is it possible that James Harden consistently gets more respect from the referees than Kawhi Leonard? Some people say, oh, but James Harden is crafty at drawing fouls. No, the referees call more fouls for him. Harden flops all the time. Kawhi Leonard likes to play with contact. He plays big. He searches for contact if you watch him play. Kawhi is not a finesse, a small forward, right? He plays with a lot of force. He's banging into guys. He's hitting guys, right? He's creating contact. He's getting hit. So how is it possible that Kawhi Leonard doesn't get the respect that a James Harden would get? To me, it's just to me, it just shows that the NBA and the referees have zero respect for the guy. That's what it tells me. That play showed me that. And let me just say one final thing regarding how that game ended. Listen, that was a close game. It could have gone either way, just like the game prior when they first played. It was decided by 4 points. This game was decided by 4 points. I'm thinking it's 108 to 112 or something like that. If you're going to be in a group, right, that just sat back, watched the Clippers won 4 out of 5 games, just watched them beat the hottest team in the NBA in the Utah Jazz, then 2 days later turn around and say, oh my God, the Clippers, something needs to be done. Something is wrong. Okay, this team is not as good as I thought. Then listen, I'm not going to engage with your commentary, with your comments. I don't deal with that kind of panicking. I don't deal with that. Like, it's not literally. I don't go from a game to game basis panicking up and down. It doesn't make any sense. It's a long season. First of all, there's 70 games. Are you gonna panic your way all the way through the season? No. So some people need to relax. The Clippers cannot be. They can't be bad and good at the same time. I don't believe those two things exist. It's either you're bad or you're good. You can't be both. You can't be on one night beat the best team in the NBA and then lose to a very good team with a bogus call at the end of the game. And then all of a sudden, oh, the Clippers are bad, man. Something needs to. So if that's the case, I'm not interested. If you post those comments, I'm not going to respond to them because I don't have the energy for that back and forth of, them doing no. I don't do that because then we're being controlled by our emotions here and we can't see things clearly. Number one, you're not going to win every game. Number two, bad calls are going to happen. Number three, it's part of the NBA. It's not just happening to the Clippers. If you look around the league, there's no team with a perfect record. No team with a perfect record. But there are good teams and there are bad teams, right? The bad teams have lost. The good teams have lost. So we have to be able to make the distinction between who's good and who's bad, given the fact that everyone loses and it's part of the game. So I just wanted to say that out. Just put that out there at the end. But for me, guys, listen, I think it was a total disgrace. And people ask, why do you cover the guy so much? Now you see why. Now you see why, right? When a guy of this caliber, a two-time Finals MVP, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, multiple All-Star, as they said in the telecast, has the highest winning percentage of any NBA player in NBA history, gets treated like a damn role player. That's why I cover him. So, whatever you guys think, man, let me know what you think about this ridiculous game in the description below. Whatever you guys think, just put your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the next video that we have coming up. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.